Hey, happy self-care Sunday. So, tell me something. Are you someone who would have left your own necessities, or maybe it's something that you needed to get done, but you left your stuff undone to go help someone else? You're not alone when you have done that. And it's actually not a bad habit if that's something that you usually do. Because when we help one another, it is important for us to do that so that we create a better society. I mean, we're not meanies, right? But what happens when it becomes your priority to please everybody else? People pleasing is something, or is a tendency that is a very common problem. And the root of people pleasing is actually insecurity and fear, right? Because what happens with a people pleaser is that they tend to sacrifice their own wants, their own needs, their own opinions to make sure that others would approve or even like them, right? So today I'm gonna just share 5 ways how your mental health could suffer if it is that you attempt to people please your way through life. Now remember, this is Self-Care Sunday. We're going to teach you today how to become a priority in your own life. So the first one that you're going to feel as a people pleaser is that you're going to have high stress, right? Because why? Your inability to say no is going to have you add activities and tasks that you do not want to do, right? And the thing is, your plate would already be full, and then you add in all these additional things on top of it. So it could be taking on stuff at work, taking on stuff from friends, maybe saying yes to a night out when you know you have a lot of things to do the next day. But what it is that you do is you constantly put others first and your needs last. And instead of being able to take the rest that you need, you are doing more for others and saying no to yourself. You're saying yes to everybody else and saying no to you. So in order to avoid this, you need to do what or decide what makes you happy, right? And say yes to that instead. Another symptom is depression, right? And the thing is, when it is that we put our all into making everyone else happy, you're not being true to yourself, right? Because your wants, your needs, your likes, your opinions, all of that, you edit all of that to fit into a mold to be able to please somebody else. So what happens is that you tend to slip into depression and loneliness because you neglect who and what really matters, you. The third symptom is resentment, right? When you spend a lot of your time caring for and pleasing others without getting much in return, what happens is that resentment will start to set in. And on the surface, you'll be all smiles and you'll be all happy and you might still continue saying yes. But at the end of it, you will be resenting others for not returning the favor to you, right? So it's important that you change course and not head down that dead end road that leads to frustration, discontent, and unhappiness. I have two more. Another one is losing yourself, right? As I said, when you focus on people, you sacrifice your own identity. You lose who you truly are at core. And this leads to an internal battle that has you feeling drained. Like, I don't even understand sometimes where some people have all that energy to do that, but you feel drained, you feel frustrated, and you are not even sure as to who you are and what you want out of life, and it eventually leads to having impact on your close relationships, because what you do is you spend so much of time placing your energy in the wrong corner, right? And then it leads to anxiety, right? The longer that you put the needs of others front and center, you keep saying yes to everybody else and you're saying no to you. And what happens is that you constantly might end up worrying about if you're good enough, if you're fitting in, if you're being accepted by those persons that are around you, right? And then you will eventually become your worst critic. So instead of allowing that to happen, think of things that you can do for you. Remember that you do not have to measure up to the image that everyone expects of you. You can't say no. It's okay to say no. It is okay. Think too of how often those people that you often say yes to, how often do they tell you no, right? And they don't mean anything by the time when they tell you no, you are okay with their no. So you can let them be okay with your no once in a while. All right. So remember that people pleasing can have a serious impact on your mental health, and it could help, or it will keep you stuck in a vicious cycle of anxiety and depression. And that is taking steps back from actually taking proactive self-care. So if it is that we are proactively taking care of ourselves, always remember this is from my mentor Lisa Nichols. She always says, you do not pour from a half empty cup, you do not pour from a full cup, but you pour from the overflow, right? Which means that spills over is what you give to others. So make sure and see that you are filled and that your overflow is flowing, and then you can give to others. So do not forget, I am Crystal. I'm your big sister and accountability coach. I'm here to help you whenever you need. Feel free to send me a DM or book a Discover You call. I look forward to seeing you. Bye.